Hi everyone, this is Marie Blue Angel, and today I am finally getting to Mind, Mind, Mind. This is a visual novel from NaNoWriMo this year, and again, I think I've been saying it a bit too much, but really life was a bit too busy back in April, May, if I remember that correctly, which is when the Game Jam took place. So it's all good now, but I'm finally getting to Mind, Mind, Mind. But please do read the content warning and that's on the screen right now. I've already read through it, and I am sure I want to continue. So all I really know about this game is what I saw on my feed on Twitter. And we have a questionable ghost who haunts us, and we'll see what he's all about. And we also have another character who is our college friend. We're in college. The main character is a college person, so we'll just see how it goes. I'm not explaining this very well. I will say I really like the title screen, so you know, I like it. I like the little movement and stuff. So let's see what all this is about. Maybe Marie. I like the sound effects. There is a man that follows me. Wait, what do I do? Oh, I just... Ooh, I like the typing on the laptop. That's me when I do my work. I sit in the cafe, typing at my laptop as I sip the final dregs of my iced coffee. I look up, gazing over the top of the screen to the seat opposite me. He's sitting there. He wasn't sitting there before, but I'm not surprised when I do see him. He vanishes from time to time. There was a blissful period when he didn't appear for an entire weekend. Still, even when he's not visible, I know that he's always around, watching, waiting. Why? Why are you following me? Why do you haunt me? Okay, like the little animation. You're drinking your coffee or tea. He's a young man dressed in sharp, crisp clothes. Some might even call him handsome. He crosses one leg over the other and leans back, enjoying the aroma of his espresso before taking a sip. He never takes his eyes off me. Okay. I have questions. Why? To start with. I focus my gaze on the laptop screen, trying to avoid looking at his face. I was in the middle of typing a sentence, but I can't remember the continuation. For a moment, I stare blankly at the document, typing, deleting, and retyping the same word over and over as a cold, prickling sensation washes over me. The man finally speaks. His voice is calm but reassured. He talks with the quiet confidence of a university professor. I was trying to get to the, maybe it's this. I want to make sure that I have the volume for the voices all set okay. I think it'll be okay. I'm gonna make sure it's a little, I'd rather be a little louder than not. Okay.
This is a nice cafe, isn't it? It's your favorite. It's cozy and quiet, and the coffee is good. It's not too expensive either.
I mean, good points for the cafe, you know? I do like that we get, like, the character sprite right here, and there's still, like, you know, some movement with the hair and things. It's a nice touch. I don't respond. The man continues to chat.
All of the employees are kind. They're generous, allowing students to work here for so long.
That is very kind of them. I do want to note that I really like the plants in the windowsill here. That's very nice.
Though, you've already been here for 30 minutes. It was fairly empty when you first
Why
arrived,
is it getting dark?
but it's going to be crowded soon. People always drop by to kill time before their evening classes. Don't you think it's about time to leave?
No, It's only been 30 minutes. If I sat down to work at a cafe, it should at least be an hour. Ideally, 2. I was just at my local cafe last week, and I was there for like 5 hours. I mean, I don't know how other people work, sure, but like 30 minutes is too little. I have a drink. The man picks up the plastic cup and shakes it, rattling the ice cubes. He cocks his head and looks at me, raising an eyebrow. Also, why is it getting cold? Is it like our ghost man's presence here? The suggestion of leaving? Is that what's changing the background here?
You had a drink.
I'm thinking about getting some food. Maybe a pastry or a bagel.
Are you? Really? When you're trying to save money? And you have sandwich fixings at home?
Side note, I don't think that man really understands your cost per wear or cost per use calculations, aka girl math. If I sat down at the cafe and I paid for a drink, I again should at least be there for an hour or 2, the very least. Although I don't know, maybe it's like different, like culturally or socially, like is it acceptable to like linger in cafes or in other places, like other countries? Again, I'm American if you can't tell. But I'm pretty sure it's like fine. I've seen plenty of people just like work at cafes, and like especially if you're like a college student, like I hardly think people are gonna kick you out. Most likely, if they let everyone do it, then they're not gonna really kick you out because you're taking up like too much time. Though this does remind me, there's a coffee shop in my area that recently had people people were allowed to like work at the cafe, and they still are, but they now only allow them to work at like the bar, which is like to open up all these other tables for people. But they're a pretty busy cafe, so I could see that. But like, are we hungry yet? I'm not hungry for a sandwich. I'm allowed to be here even though I finished my drink. That happens. That's my point here. I slumped down, leaning my face closer to the screen as I mashed my keys, filling the document with gibberish only tangentially related to the topic of the paper. The man sighs.
The employees are too kind. They won't tell you to leave, even if you're being a bother. You're a paying customer after all. A paying customer that sat here for 30 minutes after getting a single coffee and insists on taking up an entire 2-person table for just 1 person.
Okay, wait. Okay, first of all, if it's that busy, like, you can sit at a table if it's made for 2. Also, it's not like other people can't ask to sit there. I've definitely done that. Well, I've definitely done that where I've asked people if the other seat wasn't free and we just share a table type of thing. People are more than fine to do that. What are you talking about? You're fine. It's been only 30 minutes, my goodness. Maybe I just don't go to coffee shops that often. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Please stop. I don't like this. Let me work. I am trying to write this paper.
Let's go home, okay?
No, I don't want to go home. I can see where this is going. It's annoying me, but here we are. 1 minute later, and I'm tossing my cup into the recycling. I open the door to the cafe. The cold wind outside buffets my face, and chilly droplets sting my skin. As I head back to my dorm, the man walks alongside me, a satisfied and jaunty spring in his step. He tries to hold my bag, but I refuse. As he strolls along, he hums merrily. He even reaches out to hold my hand, interlacing his fingers with mine. I shrug my hand out of his grasp. Oh, like, who are you? I don't know, this is all very, like, our character obviously knows who you are, but why? Why? I'm so concerned. Drink more water. The drizzle begins to turn into a shower. The man's mood doesn't dampen. He jogs alongside me at an easy pace as I sprint home, shivering as the rain soaks through my clothes. When I unlock the door, the man waits to the side, still watching my face closely. I thought this said sitting still, even though that said the side and then comma still. Droplets of water fall from the hair, framing his sunny expression. Before I go inside, he pulls my sleeve and lands a kiss on my cheek.
I was so happy to spend this time with you.
Okay.
I'll see you again soon.
Who are you? Why? Why couldn't we have stayed at the cafe if you wanted to spend more time? Or you had fun? I don't think maybe we want that, but whatever, I don't know. He walks away. When I poke my head into the hallway, he has already vanished. Oh, I like our room with our, like, a cat and a dog. Plushy, cute. I'm surprised. Usually he follows me inside. He lingers, preparing tea and snacks and soothing music. Then after an hour or two, he disappears. I'm always glad when he's gone. That man wasn't always there. I can't remember seeing him when I was in elementary school. Perhaps he was lingering somewhere, watching, but he never came to talk to me. The first time I met him was in middle school, right before the school play. As I huddled backstage, frantically rehearsing my lines, I saw him for the first time. Okay. Middle school appearance, I see. I gazed up to see a boy kneeling beside me. He looked different at that time. He was younger, and he wore a simple collared shirt and a pair of jeans. I thought he might have been a classmate, but I didn't recognize him. At first, I thought he was strange, but I tried to ignore him. Instead, I focused on the crumpled sheet of printer paper, repeating the words until they rolled off the tongue. Then, he spoke. Oh, I see where this is. Okay. Okay. There are so many people watching. Can you imagine what it would be like if you forgot your lines? You're standing on stage in front of dozens of people, flapping your mouth like a dying fish. I wonder what your classmates would think. They'd probably curse you for ruining weeks of hard work, for being the only wrench in a well-oiled machine. Oh gosh, I can't. This accent. Oh well. I hope that doesn't happen. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Half an hour later, as I stood on stage in front of dozens of parents, my mind went blank. I forgot my lines. I choked, tears stinging the corners of my eyes. As I looked around the auditorium, I saw the stranger standing at the back, arms crossed as he leaned against the wall. I couldn't tell if he looked sympathetic or elated. As I walked home, he found me again, skipping alongside me. He held my hand and smiled. I screamed at him. I pushed him away and ran. When he was out of sight, I looked at my palm. He had given me some chocolate. Since then, I've seen the stranger countless times. He appears anywhere. When I'm walking around class, when I'm walking outside, when I'm shopping, when I'm in class. The only place that offers me some semblance of refuge is my room, though he still sneaks in there sometimes, invading even my most private of spaces. Okay, so I kind of see where, based on the content warning and what I'm getting at here and our sound effects, so that man, this person is like, what do you call this? A like embodied or personified version of like this kind of like negative thoughts and feelings, anxieties even. So I like, take for example, we were at the coffee shop earlier. It's of our characters, like, yeah, all those anxieties and like negative thoughts and such. This is like embodied into this like character, this ghost per se. And ever since middle school, which we've just learned from this like passage here, this man has been showing up, which is probably when our character started to feel a lot of those feelings, and it looks like hasn't really been able to find the resources or, you know, encounter any resources, which, you know, sometimes it's hard when you don't know, obviously, to kind of like tackle and handle this type of like situation, or even like negative self-talk, I believe is the correct term. So this man shows up every single time something negative or a negative thought kind of comes up for this person. So that's very interesting. We'll see how this continues. Why British though? I mean, sure, like there's obviously creativity license. I love it. Like it's fun and everything. The voice acting's fun for this character too. I gotta practice my British accent, I guess. Hopefully it's not too awful. But yeah, this is very interesting. But I guess we'll see where this goes. Oh, I didn't click the line. I don't know his name, but I call him Geist. Okay, next day. We don't have any like curtains at all. I would like, how early are we waking up every morning? I literally can't like be in a place that's like, you know, getting in a lot of sunshine and not have like blackout curtains. That'd be terrible. I would never sleep. Ugh. I lean over my keyboard and groan. No matter what I try, the program won't output the correct answer. After over an hour of tinkering, the result is the same. Are we coding? I have felt this way when it comes to coding. Though usually what happens is that I get frustrated and then cry. Instead of like actually, you know, what do you call this? Spending an all-nighter. Or I have very lovely friends who will help me because they probably hate to see that I'm distressed. But yeah, coding makes me, computer sciencey things makes me, my brain go a little wonky. Doesn't like it that much. I've tried to learn, but I don't like coding that much. Maybe I should try a different tactic, different strategy, you know? I look at the clock on the bottom left of the screen. 7:03 p.m. If I recall correctly, there should be a computer science tutoring scheduled from 7 to 9 tonight. Oh, I thought it was the morning, but maybe it's just like how the lighting is here. My fingers twist in my shirt. I've never gone to tutoring before. You should go to tutoring. It's good. But the assignment is due at 11 p.m. I bite my lip, staring hard at the code, hoping that some solution will magically appear in my brain. It doesn't. The clock changes. 7:04 p.m. I stand. I can do this. The alternative is missing the assignment and getting a 0 after all. Oh, great. Yeah, we should go to tutoring. Besides, who goes to tutoring? There probably won't be anyone there. I think plenty of people. You underestimate the power of having a deadline and having an office hour before said deadline. That's funny. But hopefully it won't be too busy, so you can talk to the TA, I'm assuming, quickly enough. Okay, so we're hallway. I was wrong. When I'm standing outside the door, my resolve falters. I peer in through the shades covering the window. There are quite a few people inside. At least 10. A familiar cold hand lands on my shoulder. Okay. See, this is my feeling. Whenever these feelings, kind of more negative feelings, pop up, Geist shows up. Geist smiles at me, his expression twisted into something resembling sympathy.
So many people. Better not go in. Let's go home. I'm sure that you can figure it out.
We have like 2 hours of tutoring time. We can wait it out a little bit. I don't agree with you guys. We already tried everything on our own. There's nothing wrong with asking for help.
Is the room not open?
I turn. Oh, hello. I love your colors. A boy with a wide smile and warm brown eyes is standing behind me. I recognize him. His sky blue Hawaiian shirt, decorated with plumerias, is difficult to forget. We're in the same lecture, and he always sits in the front row.
Oh, I got it. No key card, right? I got you.
Okay, thanks. He maneuvers around me and swipes a card through the ID reader. When it clicks, he swings the door open and holds it for me.
After you.
Thanks. Oh, that's nice. Kindness of a stranger. I cry. So wholesome. Okay. I take a deep breath and go in. The room is surprisingly crowded, probably because the problem set is due tonight. Several small groups of students are huddled over their laptops in different areas of the room, scrutinizing their screens. A couple stragglers are hunched over their university desktops, typing furiously. So it seems everyone's having a bit of trouble with this assignment. Ah, I see. Oh, right. Countercamp. You have other games, and I need to play. I need to catch up, but I think I know who you're talking about. Our tutor here. There seems to be a single tutor, a pale Japanese guy. He has messy dyed hair, and he's wearing a Tricone University Letterman's jacket. What's his name again? Oh my god. I think it starts with a K. I've forgotten. Please don't hate me. But I remember, wait, no. Yeah. I can envision the face. Okay, that's all that matters. Anyways, if you don't know what I'm talking about, please check out the game dev's other games. There are so many that you can play, and they're all so fun. Anyways, he's leaning on the desk next to one of the stragglers, pointing to the screen as he explains something. I will say, if I was the tutor / the TA for this, it's nice to help people. But I purposely wouldn't make my office hours hours before the deadline. It should be, if anything, at the very least, latest, it should be the day of, but I choose the afternoon or the morning. But I guess I forget about university students schedules. Obviously usually they have classes in the morning and afternoon, so evening is better. But sometimes it just creates too much of a panic. But life gets in the way, there's too many things going on, so it is probably good that you had this tutoring session scheduled before the deadline. I go to a corner of the room and sit between two of the computers. I take out my laptop, browsing it from its slumber and navigating to my code editor. Guy settles into the chair next to me, crossing one leg over the other. The boy also sits next to me on the opposite side. He leaves a one computer gap between us. My heartbeat hitches. Is he going to try to talk to me? I just came to get some help with my homework. I'm not ready to make small talk with a stranger. Oh, he looks so friendly though. I get that though. To my relief, the boy just takes out his laptop and starts typing. Need any help? The tutor walks over. His icy eyes flit between us before settling on the boy. The boy gestures to me with both hands.
Oh, that person was here first.
These are just so bare minimum, cute, bare minimum, politeness and kindness. And I'm wow, I'm crying. It's okay, I'm fine.
Look at you, troubling him.
I'm not troubling
You
anyone.
wouldn't even have come in if he didn't hold the door for you.
You were trying to convince me, aka I was trying to convince myself not to go. Calm down.
Let's hope you can talk without tripping over your own tongue like a buffoon.
Honestly though, whenever I've gone to TA sessions, I'm always what the fuck am I talking about? But it's fine, because sometimes, you just gotta let your thinking out verbally, and then that helps. My cheeks heat up. I frantically click through my pages of web searches, hoping that the tutor doesn't see my open tabs or my bookmarks. Finally, I pull the code editor back up. I'm running into an error, and I can't figure it out. The tutor peruses my screen. It takes him less than 2 seconds to spot the issue. See, I have friends who are like this, and they're yeah, it's just one thing. Whatever. Honestly, everything can go wrong because you put a comma instead of a period or whatever it is in code, and that's what makes me cry. Easy one. Here you've got a less than or equal sign. It should be less than. But sometimes, see, that's why you need a second pair of eyes. You've looked at something too long and someone else will catch something that, you just didn't catch because you're so used to what you've been seeing, and that's okay. I make the correction. The tutor waits as I run the program. He directs me through a couple of tests. When he verifies that the code is working as intended, he turns to the boy. So you were so close. It was just a less than slash equal sign thing going on, that's fine. You were like basically there. I love that. You're so smart. All right, what about you?
If I'm being honest, I don't really know where to start.
Lol. Been there, done that. You know, I've definitely been stuck in coding assignments where I'm like, I mean, not usually right before the deadline. I would probably be there like a week before, but, or at least a few days. But I've definitely been like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Like, in theory, I get it, but like, actual application, have no idea. The tutor raises an eyebrow and grabs the chair next to the boy, making himself comfortable. Let's see, the palindrome problem. For this one, you need to make a recursive function. I return to my own homework. My brain is particularly slow today, my fingers stumbling over the keys. For some reason, I can't focus on the assignment. 20 minutes pass and I'm still working on the same problem. Geist leans back in his chair as he reads a novel. The bell jar is emblazoned in elegant curved letters on the cover. I haven't read that one yet.
You can't focus because there are too many people here. What if they're all looking at you, seeing how horribly slow you are? Why are you even in this class when you're so terrible at coding?
Excuse me, Mia. Let's not do this to ourselves. First of all, everyone is worried about their own assignment right now. We saw everyone at their little computers doing what... Even our friend here that we just made is focused on his assignment, you know? Who cares? And who cares if you're slow? Because whether that's how usually you are when it comes to coding or whatever, or it's just the day you're having, the night you're having, that is okay. It happens. You're also kind of stressed out right now, so understandably, I think we might need a little sweet treat. That's what I would need to do. But we're kind of stressed because the deadline's coming up, so understandably, we are putting a lot of pressure on ourselves right now. My mouth tightens into a scowl. Next to me, the tutor has been hovering by the boy the entire time, guiding his charge methodically through the problem. However, it's slow going. Several sheets of paper covered with scrawled diagrams are lying on the desk, but the boy's eyebrows are still furrowed in confusion. The older student sighs, glancing at the other students in the room. I'll be back. Let me help them for a sec. The boy nods in understanding. Geist claps his book shut, demanding my attention.
Why don't we go home? You got what you came for. We can finish in peace and quiet at the dorms.
No, sometimes it's good to work around other people, because then you can ask questions. Or, you know, at least feel like you're in some sort of solidarity with people, because you're finishing the assignments. Again, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. Absolutely nothing wrong. Also, you're a student. Would you be here if you already be in this class, if you already knew how to do all this coding stuff? No. I grit my teeth. I want to stuff Geist's book down his throat, but then I hear something weird. The boy is making a strange, pitiful sound in his throat. He doesn't look so good. not the animations. He sounds kind of like a whining puppy. He stares at the computer screen in dejection, his frown so deep that it looks like a rain cloud crossed over his face. Oh, I've been there, done that with code. Oh my. I eye his screen. Every time he runs this program, it freezes, refusing to budge until he forces it close. I take a closer look at it. Oh, he forgot to increment the counter variable. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay. Should I say something? It's an easy enough fix. You should say something. My throat feels dry.
You'd better not. Can you really explain yourself clearly? You're just going to make him more confused.
I want to hate Geist, but Geist is just, you know, like an embodiment of my character's, you know, negative self-talk, whatever. So I'm mad at myself, basically. I mean, it's very frustrating, I think. But you should say something. It's always nice to help someone out, and even then, it's always like, you don't have to have the, like, in this case, you probably had the solution, you know, about the incrementing the counter variable or whatever. But it's like, sometimes you just need a little soundboard. You gotta just be like, what could be the problem? Oh, maybe this. Well, I don't know. And then you think about it and you're like, oh, maybe it is something like that, or it was adjacent to that. And then it's like, great, then you find the solution eventually. And it's so much better than just keeping silent. And we're here anyways. So, shh, Geist, I don't want to hear any of it.
Besides, he didn't ask for your help. Why do you want to stick your nose somewhere it doesn't belong? If anything, he'll think you're a creep who's spying on him.
I mean, honestly, sometimes we all look very different in how we try to ask for help. It may seem like someone is very willing to, just like, or very like open and okay with asking people for help, but sometimes they're not. Especially like newer environment types. Or at least I feel like I'm like that. Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, what do I do if I need to ask someone for help? Will they think that I'm like super dumb? And it's like, you just gotta get over it, because like you have strengths and weaknesses, and the other person has strengths and weaknesses too. So you can share knowledge. That's the best thing about all this. It's like, we can share knowledge, guys. How fun is that? Guy's voice squeezes my vocal cords. It's difficult to breathe, let alone speak. Offer to help. The boy looks up, eyes brightening in interest. I edge closer. He scoots over to make room for me. There. You didn't increment your counter variables, so the loop never stops running. And then your computer hates you because it's like, wow, what are we doing for eternity?
Ah, so that's what it was.
Oh, cute. Little animations and little sparkles in his eyes. That's cute. He types the correction and runs the program. It runs without freezing, even though it doesn't output the correct answer.
You saved me. Oh, thank you. What's your name? I'm Calais.
Nice to meet you, Calais. I'm Marie.
Nice to meet you. We're in the same lecture, right? I'm pretty sure I've seen you around.
So cute, so friendly. Can we be friends? Do we not have friends? I'm worried. I'm worried about us. I'm worried about my character. Why do we not have friends? We should at least have one friend. That would be good. I nod my head. My eyes inadvertently skirt around his face, avoiding direct eye contact. We return to our respective problem sets. Once or twice he reaches out to me with a question and asks me what problem I'm working on. Every time he opens his mouth, my stomach does a backflip. Slowly, the other students file out of the room, and soon, Calais and I are the only ones left. I'm so sorry, I forgot immediately after you said your name, that I forgot. I think it's Calais. I hope I'm not wrong. Calais. I think Calais makes sense. Can I go? I don't know if I can go back. I don't see the back button. The door opens. A female student hovers in the doorway. She's dark-skinned. Her umber hair falls in coils framing her face. She's wearing a bright blue Triconia University shirt, a pair of dark wash jeans, and a white backpack. I think I know who this is also, and I don't remember anyone's names. How unfortunate. It's okay. But that's nice. Little cameos. When she sees Calais and me, her eyes widen in surprise. She talks to the tutor, letting the door close behind her. Oh, are you still busy? Oh, yeah. Take your time. I'll be over here. Calais' eyes widen, and he waves enthusiastically at the older student. She smiles and waves back. The older student goes to the other side of the room and sits in a chair. She slings her backpack over the back of the seat before taking a book out of her bag and starting to read. Do you know her?
Yeah. She's a TA from one of my other classes. Super nice and so smart. She gave me a lot of advice about the courses and teachers in the bio department.
That's nice. You talk to everyone. How nice. I eye the clock. 9:15 p.m. I've been here too long. The tutor is only paid to stay on the clock until 9. I start to pack my things. I'm not done, but I'll just have to finish it up somewhere else. Next to me, Calais seems to have the same idea. I thank the icy-eyed upperclassmen and exit the computer lab. I check my phone again. 9:20 now. I still have an hour and a half to finish up and submit. I should go to the library. I can't waste valuable time walking back to my dorm. Before I had the chance to put on my headphones, Kalei jogs up beside me, his backpack bouncing on his shoulder. I instinctively tense up.
Hey, you still get some homework to do, right? Do you want to work on it together?
Yes, please. My God, I would absolutely be crying in my dorm room. If this was me for real, I'd be crying. So I at least need the moral support, you know? Okay. I'm so taken aback that I can't even think to refuse. He beams.
Shoots! Comrades until 11.
Yup, let's do it. Oh, this library looks nice.
Gee, it's done.
Yay! Kalei and I both slump at the table, relieved. 10:52 p.m. We submitted our assignments just in time.
Thanks for doing it with me. I don't know what I would have done without you.
This is so wholesome. I love it. I can't resist smiling, hoping that I don't look overly awkward. It was fun. Well, as fun as doing homework can be. Kalei is easy to talk to and jokes around a bit while still taking his work seriously. Coding didn't come easily to him initially, but when things started to click, he began to breeze through the problems much more easily. I was worried that it would be a one-sided affair, but he ended up helping me as much as I helped him. As I close out of my coding editor, I side-eye the blonde man, he's still here, sitting next to me. Oh. To my surprise, Geist is silent as a mouse. When we were finishing our homework, I noticed him glaring at the two of us over the top of the bell jar, but the blonde man didn't say a word. Even now, no venomous quips escape his lips. He just stares at Kalei, face twisted in an expression of vague irritation.
It's this late? Oh, gotta go. Early morning tomorrow. See you in class.
Bye. Have a good night. He smiles as he waves goodbye. After he leaves, my chest feels light. Sometimes good things do happen, even to people like me. Sometimes the sun does come, even to a place where it always rains. I have to keep myself from humming as I pack up my own belongings. Okay, get back safe, please. When I exit the library, the air is chilly, nipping at my nose and cheeks. It's completely dark and mostly empty, the lamps casting eerie pools of light over the main plaza. As I go down the library steps, Geist follows a step behind, matching my every stride. I steer my gaze ahead, trying to ignore him. I take my headphones from around my neck and snap them over my ears, a welcome shield from the cold. I take out my phone and select my listening material of choice. Personally, if I've just come from doing my homework, I mean, unless I was, okay, I'm not really a podcast gal, but even if I was, I maybe wouldn't want to, unless it was kind of more just a fun, not super informative one, just people are being a bit more conversational. I could do an audiobook. I really am a fan of listening to audiobooks. Though, at this point, it's nighttime. Unless I'm really into the book that I would like, and I am into right now, then maybe I would do that, but probably not. I most definitely am more of an exciting music gal, rather. So let's do that. Okay, yeah, let's do it. I open up my playlist of rock songs. The heart-pounding instrumentals envelop my ears, drowning out the world. I turn towards the path leading down to my dorm, but something catches my eye. Someone's waving at me, a girl wearing a white hoodie, her hair tossed into a loose bun. I recognize her, although I don't know her name. We're in the same classics seminar. What should I do? Should I wave? Should I pretend that I don't see her and walk past? I mean, I think we should say hi. Hi. I tentatively raise my hand, keeping it close to my body. Her eyes flash over me for a second before she looks past me, waving more enthusiastically. I mean, it happens. I would think it's funny, to be honest. It's a funny scenario in general. I look over my shoulder. Another girl is jogging out of the library. It feels like someone dunked my heart into ice water. I hurriedly retract my hand, pretending that I'm adjusting the straps of my backpack, but I know that it's already too late. Guy's voice is piercing, effortlessly penetrating the headphones that are shielding my ears.
How humiliating. How could you have ever thought she was waving at you? You barely know her. You've talked to her a couple of times. That doesn't mean you're friends.
Well, I think talking a couple times and you kind of see each other could just be like, hey, how's it going, type of thing. Even if you thought you were friends, that's fine. It happens. You know how many times this has happened to me in my life? Too many times. And it's fine. It's fine. My mouth tightens and my eyes burn. He's right. Of course she wouldn't have been waving at me. We barely know each other. We're not friends. I turn up the volume on my phone and walk faster. I just want to get home and as quickly as possible. However, even with my headphones blaring over my ears, Guy's voice still haunts me.
That's right. Pretend that you don't see anyone. Pretend that you don't hear anyone. If you don't talk to them, they'll never hurt you.
But then you won't ever connect with anyone. And that's also hurting you. You hurting you. Effectively. I don't know. Again, these things that happen, that was very slight. I mean, I know it can feel very embarrassing, but honestly, it's just like, okay, cool. I thought someone else, I you don't know how many times. It's literally, I've literally done that. I thought someone was waving at me. They weren't waving at me, and it's fine. It's just a little thing. It's not the end of the world. I get up unusually late the next morning. Well, morning is probably generous. It's afternoon by the time I put down my phone and roll out of bed. After getting home, I stayed up until 4 a.m. on socials. I didn't even process what I was looking at. I just scrolled. I can hold my newborn kitten in one hand. Famous influencer acts like a jerk for the 50th time this week. Modern dating sucks and we'll all die alone. Lol. It was stupid and pointless, but I just wanted to escape, to overload my brain with so much stimulation that I could forget my troubles. I sit up. My head aches. My stomach growls, clawing at my insides. Well, I guess I should eat something. When I enter the cafeteria, a menagerie of scents assaults my nose. There's a typical array of brunch items. Ooh, brunchy time. Eggs, pancakes, sausages, fruit, and yogurt. There's also a limited selection of normal lunch dishes. I peruse the menu that's posted near the entrance. Usually, I grab something quick and portable that I can take to the park or to my dorm room, like a smoothie or a packaged sandwich. But today, I eye the hot food stations, my mouth watering. I would have to eat at the cafeteria, but I look around the hall. There aren't too many people here, just a couple of stragglers. It's late for lunch, so most of the students have already come and gone. My grumbling stomach wins out over any reservations I have about eating in public. Yay, let's eat some good hot food. I really want to eat the... Ooh, all this sounds good. The braised pork goulash. Ooh, mac and cheese is a classic. And red lentil curry with mushrooms, that also sounds good. What is this? I kind of want the mac and cheese, but all of this sounds good. Why are you tempting me with these choices? I like that we just get these fun preference choices here. I'm gonna go with the mac and cheese. The student worker dishes out a generous serving of macaroni and cheese. I take it to a table in the corner. I dig my spoon into the pasta, admiring the white luster of the cheese and the sprinkling of golden breadcrumbs on top. Ooh, there are breadcrumbs on this? Nice. The creaminess is heavenly. It only takes a few minutes to finish half of the dish.
It's you! Mind if I sit here?
Hi. I wouldn't mind. I almost choke on my food from this sudden interruption. Hi. Hi, friend. Calais is standing next to me, holding a tray with a grilled cheese sandwich, a container of sweet potato curly fries, ooh, and a glass of cola. That sounds good. I want sweet potato curly fries now. And mac and cheese. I just want a bunch of carbs, and that's fine. I raise a hand to cover my coughs and gesture to the seat in front of me. Calais beams and sits down.
Didn't think I'd see you here. Did you manage to get any sleep last night?
A bit. I'm barely able to get the words out. I'm still frazzled by the sudden intruder at my table.
We see what happened because you decided to sit here. Now this guy found you, and you'll have to eat the rest of your lunch trying to have awkward small talk with someone you barely know.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be awkward, but again, the small talk thing has to happen if you want to connect with someone and like get to know them as a person. And honestly, my general advice to the small talk is just be random. Pretend also that you're kind of already friends. Like, obviously don't like overshare. I think is like, there's a fine line between like, you know, being willing to be open and sharing things with someone to get to know them. But then obviously there's oversharing, which is probably not best either. But you don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with. But this is how you connect with people, and this is great. It's like, wow, the interactions start building up, and it's great. The familiar blonde man is sitting next to me, sipping an iced coffee. He glares at Calais. He looks like he wants to strangle the boy. Calais sets his tray down and takes a big bite of his sandwich, melting cheese oozing between his fingers and onto his plate. He chews and swallows before speaking.
Man, comp sci is so much tougher than I thought it'd be. I took it because I thought it would be easier than taking an actual math class. But somehow it's even worse.
I mean, honestly, I feel that. I mean, I didn't have to actually take math class, you know? But I'm not saying that comp sci is easy either. I just think I don't understand why, like, actually my brain doesn't, like, process coding and comp sci stuff. It's it processes it at a much like slower pace. Like, it takes me a long time to absorb information. So I feel this, Calais. He pushes his container of sweet potato fries towards me, but I shake my head. He takes a fry and chomps it in half. Oh, thank you. How sweet. Sweet potato fries. Oh, no, I want sweet potato fries.
How's it for you? Hard?
Well. Girl, how do you say it's tough? Yeah, it's tough. I really don't get it at all, though you were doing fine overall. Calais nods, taking another bite of his sandwich. I look down. He only just sat down, but the chat is already petering out. I can't keep up a conversation with this guy. I can only hope that he'll eat quickly and leave me alone. Calais puts his grilled cheese down. He wipes his fingers on his napkin before taking out his phone.
Hey, do you mind if I add you on try-message?
No, I wouldn't mind.
None of my friends are taking comp sci, so I don't have anyone to suffer with me. Please?
I mean, I wouldn't. Like, honestly, me as a person in general, be like, oh my god, yeah, we should suffer. You know, actually, this has reminded me. Oh my god, one of my friends from college, like my absolute closest friend in college, we met because we were taking a coding class. I say that because, I mean, it is coding, whatever. It is. It's just, whatever. I won't go into too many details, but we became friends because we were struggling in this coding class together. And this is like the beauty of our friendship. Even now, like, I still talk to her. Actually, I need to, like, I think I need to text her. She might be back from her trip. Okay. Anyways, that was a side note. But anyways, I love that, and because we become friends because we have the shared experience of suffering together in the same class. The class overall was pretty good. We just both aren't people who are very good at coding, or you know, it takes a while for us to absorb the information, if I reframe it that way. So, this is cute. I want us to be friends. Oh, yeah. Before I can even process what he asked, I'm already fumbling my phone out of my pocket, and I nearly drop it.
What's your ID?
Oh no. My pulse quickens as I open the app that I've never opened before. On the inside I'm screaming. It's prompting me to make an account. Geist has finished his coffee. You could totally just say, oh, I actually never made the account. Let me make it real quick. What's yours? Whatever. We can ask that. It's okay. Deep breaths. It's okay. He crosses his legs, turning sideways on the chair to face me with an amused smirk on his face.
Oh no. Better not let Calais see that. He'll find out that you're a hopeless loner. After all, you didn't even bother making an account because you don't have a single friend to add on try message.
Oh my goodness, of course. I mean, Look, there's nothing wrong with not having friends. If that's what you choose to do, but we are human beings and we are social creatures, and having at least one good social connection, aka one good friend, is always good. You don't need to have many, you just need to have a person you can socialize with, like, that you care to hang out and like talk to and learn about them, etc., etc. But there's nothing embarrassing about this. It's fine. Sorry, just give me a sec. I forgot to update my phone. It's auto updating now.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I drop my phone under the table and frantically input my information. It feels like I'm dismantling a bomb.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Shh, guys, shh. I want to strangle the smirking blonde man. I hurriedly changed my PFP to a random picture from my downloads. I got it.
Shoot.
We add each other in tri-message. His PFP is a banana wearing sunglasses, and the tag under his name simply says, Lemon Life.
No way!
What? Did I do something wrong? Is my profile weird?
Is that Detective Dog?
Detective Dog? What is Detective Dog? I looked closer at the picture that I had chose for my PFP. Kalei is right. I had inadvertently chosen a fan art of the main character from my favorite movie series, Detective Dog. I can feel my cheeks burning and my heart sinks. Did you not hear what he sounded like? He sounded pretty enthusiastic about Detective Dog. I don't know what Detective Dog is about, but sounds like I would want to watch it. Next to me, Geist is doubled over, chuckling uncontrollably.
Wow, you didn't even make it 10 minutes before showing him what a weirdo you were. An adult that still watches cartoons for children. Might as well tell him that you still wet the bed too.
My god. Okay, wow, this negative self-talk is really something. Okay, first of all, there's nothing wrong with your interests. You're not harming anyone. And particularly, someone who watches cartoons made for children, it really, overall, is not terrible. It's only really questionable if you're like, I don't know, like into the cartoon for like purposes that means we don't want to really get into them, but like, sure. But if you just enjoy something because it's like, yeah, I like the content, I like the story, I like the characters, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. And also, who cares if some person's going to think that you're a weirdo because you watch Detective Dog, and some other person's gonna think, wow, cool, you watch Detective Dog? I also do that too. And it's finding these people we have like overlapping interests with, and like whatever, even if they didn't, but they're not gonna judge you for like liking something. And if they do, then they're not worth your time anyways. I just thought the art was nice, and I don't.
I love Detective Dog.
He's like so sparkle shiny. What?
What?
Guys, just even the negative self-talk is like, what?
I used to watch that series so much when I was a kid. I stopped watching the movies for a while, but I was feeling nostalgic last year and I started to watch them again.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're actually so much better than I remembered. And I noticed so much about them that I didn't appreciate when I was younger.
Right? It's always nice to come back to things.
Like how Dog's addiction to dog treats is a metaphor for alcoholism, and how the tyranny that the cats have over the city is based on imperialism. What?
See, there's some like deep dives into this. Isn't that cool to like make those connections now?
And when Dog stops wearing his collar, he's freeing himself from both his abusive relationship with his wife and the generational trauma that the cats have inflicted on his family.
Wow, this is actually really deep. Like, I mean, I love that. Again, like, it's really cool to see that. And sometimes people brush off like things made for kids as like, wow, it's just like a kid's show. But like, yeah, there's a lot of complex, messages and storylines that we're kind of just like pushing under a rug or sweeping under a rug when we just say, oh, it's just for kids. I'm like, this wasn't written by kids. Like, it's more more generally geared towards like a kid audience sometimes, but like they can still have complex like messages and things. As Calais starts to chatter about the symbolism of the third Detective Dog movie, I'm at a loss for words. I've only met a handful of people who still remember Detective Dog. I can still see their expressions of derision in my mind, poisoning my love for the franchise. I've never met anyone who saw it as anything more than a silly children's cartoon before. Calais gradually stops talking. He rubs the back of his neck, apparently realizing how long he's been rambling.
Oops. I got a little excited. People don't really remember Detective Dog, you know? What's your favorite entry in the series?
Oh my god, yeah, let's talk about Detective Dog. I don't know. Marie Blue Angel doesn't know much, but Marine does. Oh, I guess the fifth. Detective Dog versus the Virtual Phantom. I thought the surrealism of the film was so interesting, and for once it focused less on the mystery and more on Dog's past as part of the police force and the guilt and trauma that he has as a result. It's also the first film that really explores the corruption inherent in the dog society without blaming everything on the cats. Calais leans forward, sipping at his soda as he nods. I try to restrain myself, but the words tumble out of my mouth before I can catch them. Before long, I'm subjecting Calais to a 30-minute long spiel about the symbolism of the bananas in the film. I want to know about this banana symbolism in the film. I'm curious. Still, he never looks annoyed or disinterested. He listens the entire time in rapt attention. When I'm done, he brings up his own thoughts, and soon we're engaged in a lively conversation about the use of food metaphors in the series. Before I know it, it's already 3 p.m. We take our place at the tray return together, and then we start walking back to the dorms. He lives in the building next to mine. We wave to each other. I take my ID card to swipe into the building. It is only then that I realize that Geist has been standing next to me the entire time. He's eerily quiet, his face as cold as a block of ice. He follows me into my room without saying a word. Even as I start on my classics homework, Geist lingers. He crosses his arms and leans against the back wall, watching me. This is a first for him. He usually follows me inside. When he follows me inside, he usually clings to me and doesn't stop talking until he decides to leave. I open up my textbook. Hi. It doesn't matter if he stays, just as long as he's quiet. I spend the afternoon and the early evening doing my homework. During that time, Geist doesn't leave, but I ignore him. My mind is still running with the cheerful memories of my lunch with Calais. When it gets dark, I sneak out to the common room and make myself some pasta. Ooh, pasta time. I love it. We have all the pasta today. So good. I lie in my bed, my stomach full of cheap carbs. I fish my phone out of my pocket and unlock it. The try message icon catches my attention amidst the mess of apps on my homepage. I click on that icon and navigate to Calais. I press on the box to start typing a message. However, when the keyboard pops up, my fingers tremble. The mattress creaks. Geist has left his home against my back wall. He's lying on his side next to me, his head propped up on one hand. He smirks.
What are you doing? He just asked for your info to be polite. He doesn't actually want to be your friend. He doesn't like you. Why would he?
Oh my god, I'm sorry. But if I just spent a whole, at least hour talking about Detective Dog with someone, like an interest that I had, we're basically friends. If that means we're just friends because we both like Detective Dog, then, that's great. And we're both in the computer science class that we're both kind of struggling in. Cool. We're not asking to be best friends just yet. We're not at that level, and that's okay. Maybe one day we will. Who knows? Guys, get these thoughts out of here. I'm tired.
This afternoon, he was just tolerating you. He was being nice, listening to you blabber ad nauseum about things he couldn't care less about.
I mean, Calais seems to like Detective Dog, so I don't think we can make this argument here.
If you text him, he'll just shudder and think, this person again? So soon. How clingy are they?
I mean, honestly, there's nothing wrong with chatting, sending a text to someone. You're fine.
Save him some headache. Don't text him.
No, text him. My hands freeze up. What if Geist is right? What if Calais really is just being nice? If I text him, I'll be a bother. But we're gonna text. I flop onto my side, facing away from Geist. He snorts. What do I say? I can't sound too casual, we're not that friendly, but I shouldn't sound too formal either. Should I add emojis? How many? Should I say hi or hello or hey? Would thanks or thank you be better? Should I apologize for talking so much? Or should I thank him for listening? After typing and retyping the message several times, I eventually come up with something that I'm happy with. Hi, sorry to bother you. I just wanted to say it was really fun talking to you today, smiley face. Thanks. As soon as I hit the send button, I smash my head into the pillow. I will say, I still do this like when I'm texting like new people and I'm like, oh my gosh, like how texting style is always so weird. Like you don't really know, you never know like how the person is like texting style wise. And that's always something that like I still kind of like try to figure out. But you know, sometimes I just fall back to whatever I do or whatever I thought the vibes of the conversation were. That's usually a pretty good gauge for what I should send. And then over time you learn and it's fine. Guy sighs.
Oh, could you be any more awkward? What is this? A thank you email after a job interview? The social ineptitude is dripping off your text.
I mean, not really. Sometimes people do, like, especially when it's like the beginning stages of like a connection, a friendship. It's like, thanks, sometimes like thanks for hanging out, even though you don't have to say thanks, but it's just like, it's just like a feeling. It's like, it was fun. Like, I want to say that I appreciate our time hanging out together, you know? And sometimes you gotta say it that way. Sometimes a little awkward, but then at some points you're like, yeah, like I know it was fun to hang out, but I still say this to friends that I've been friends with for a while. It's like, it was so fun, thanks for hanging out, even though again I know I don't have to thank them, but like sometimes it's just nice to verbally put that out there, you know? I groan. I wish there was an unsend button. My phone buzzes. I squeeze my eyes shut. I honestly totally get this feeling, smothering my face with a pillow as I get ready to look at the screen. Hey, you texted me. Cute. I like the hey. Yay, cute. No, I should thank you. It was super fun talking about Detective Dog. Dog buds. 3 exclamation points. Oh, cute. Oh wait, that's the cat. I chuckle. Yeah, it is. Woof. That's so cute. Wait, I kind of want to make that emoji now. It's a little cat. Calais sends a cute sticker of a dog lying on the beach. I respond with a sticker of a dog lying under a blanket saying that he doesn't want to go to work. We trade stickers like that for a few minutes until our chat log is a veritable dog park. Oh yeah, I was going to ask. Hold on. Okay, we're back in business. Oh yeah, I was going to ask. Are you going to tutoring tomorrow? Tutoring Monday? Oh my god, I read tutoring as tomorrow. Are you gonna go to tutoring Monday?
Don't do something that you'll regret.
What are we gonna regret? Going to tutoring? We should go to tutoring. I glare at Geist. I'll be there. Yay! I'll see you there. I drop my phone on the blanket and roll onto my stomach. My heart is racing, but it's not for nervousness for once. I actually feel happy, excited even. I'm looking forward to Monday. Calais and I go to tutoring together on Mondays and Fridays. Afterwards, we usually grab a late night snack. We also text a lot between classes, in the evenings, on the weekends. We chat about a lot of things, though our conversations usually gravitate towards movies. He loves talking about film even more than me, if that's possible. It seems like he has watched every movie produced in the last 30 years, ranging from rom-coms to biopics to horror. Oh, okay, film buffs. How fun. My friendship with Calais is so easy that it's almost scary. Chatting with him feels like I'm being carried down a gentle river by the movement of the water. It's not difficult or forced, unlike what I'm used to. I think that Calais... Oh, is this where we can have our two decisions I have to save here? I was about to save, but it already auto-saves. That's great. Okay. What should I do? We should maybe... I mean, I'll do both, obviously, at some point, but I'm gonna start with is a good friend first. Is he cute? Sure. If I was, like, similarly college-aged, I would totally be interested. I'm also realizing, this is totally a side note, that I am finding more, like, fictional characters who are more of the type of, like, more sunshiny energy, looks like a cinnamon roll, is a cinnamon roll type, I absolutely love. Like, I'm just like, wow. I mean, don't get me wrong, I, like, absolutely still love, like, a bit more reserved, maybe a bit tsundere, like, type of, like, fictional character. But I really love, especially now, in my heart, there's room for, like, cinnamon roll types. So, anyways, that's just a side note. So, but this feels so wholesome, so good. So we're gonna continue those good vibes on the friendship route, and let's see what happens. Calais is a good friend. I like spending time with him. A month after I start going to tutoring with Calais, I'm sitting at my desks, scrolling away on my laptop. I often spend my Saturday evenings browsing random online marketplaces. It's relaxing, and it feels a bit like a treasure hunt. I've snagged quite a few vintage DVDs for bargain bin prices. Right now, I'm searching for my white whale. I've invested countless hours searching for this movie, but to no avail. My eyes brightened. I finally find what I've been looking for. Young Detective Dog. The adventure begins. Ooh. It's not a part of the original Detective Dog timeline. Instead, it was a minor film that was released direct to video, detailing Detective Dog's impoverished origins as a street puppy. It's a valuable piece of the Detective Dog canon, filling the gap between the prequel series before Detective Dog and the Butler era, comics detailing his life as a servant to a noble cat family. Young Detective Dog was outsourced to a smaller animation studio. As a result, it never received that much marketing and only a limited number of prints. It's the only Detective Dog film that I haven't managed to get my hands on. Until now. I don't even look at the cost that carefully. I've been searching for this film for months. I'm willing to pay almost any price. As I'm checking out, my phone buzzes. Hey. So, you know we were talking about the Mad Gun sequel yesterday. Do you want to go see it? I was thinking about going tomorrow. Oh, the new Mad Gun movie. Calais and I had chatted about it on our way back to the dorms. Admittedly, I wasn't a fan of the Mad Gun franchise, but I had read rave reviews about the new sequel. I can't deny that my interest was piqued. I'm about to text him okay when a hand drops onto my phone. The pale, tapered fingers wrest the device from my grasp. Why? Leave me alone. Guy strolls to the other side of the room, waving the phone idly.
You'd better not.
Why not? Exactly. I can spend time with whoever I want. Geis comes back and leans against the side of my desk.
Texting is easy. You have time to think about what you'll say, and there's no pressure to answer right away. Going to tutoring is fine too. After all, you're mostly working on homework.
Okay, we're making the argument that's like, wow, now he has to be like face to face in like a different like type of setting. It'll be fine, even if it's a little awkward at first. It is fine. You'll figure out your way. And even then, I hardly think, based on the conversations you've been having, especially if we're going to talk about film stuff, that like it's going to be more than fine. Guys, go over there. I don't want you.
But going out with him will be different. You'll have to talk to him the entire time. Can you really do that?
You can. And if you're not, I'm sure you'd understand if you wanted to take a little break and not talk for a little bit. I snatched the phone out of Geist's grasp. However, when I open my try message, my palms are sweaty. What if Geist is right? I tell Calais, we're going. I want to see this fucking movie. I grit my teeth. Making conversation is no big deal. I can do it. Talking with Calais is easy anyway. I'd love to go. Great. I'll come pick you up at 11. I respond with a thumbs up. Cute. We're gonna go watch a movie. Geist leans over me, his displeasure slathered across his face. He smells like mint, sharp and cold.
I warned you. Just wait. You'll see what happens.
I pick up my pillow and throw it at him, but he's already gone. I sit on my bed, breathing hard. The blonde man is gone, but the butterflies in my stomach aren't going away. Instead, they're just flapping their wings more and more violently, churning my guts into soup. I hope that Geist is wrong. I always don't know if I have to press the button. Okay, I'm gonna cut it here for now, because it's about an hour, and I'm not sure exactly how much time I have left, though if I play some more and it's not that much, I'll probably just include it in one video, so you might not even hear this message. But I'm very excited to see what else is going to happen. I don't like Geist. I don't like our negative self-talk. We need to stop that. But you know, it's good that Marie has been able to make a connection with Calais, and we're on this kind of friendship-y route. I think that's really what's great. It's good. I definitely am going to check out the other option. That kind of leaves probably a bit more into romance. Who knows? So we will see next time. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please press the like button. If you'd like to see more of MindMindMind, definitely subscribe to my channel so you can check out when I have a new video up. Anyways, thank you so much again. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!